So here we have the New Balance 1906R New Spruce, and I've taken the main colorway as the overall naming for the shoe, and the New Spruce color is this almost like a teal color that's going around these angular lines on the upper. And these sneakers were originally released in 2022, so it's a kind of new sneaker, I suppose, in terms of the model. And it was based on the year that New Balance started their business in 1906. And it's made as a running shoe. And it's got the Y2K aesthetic, so it's very similar to, I suppose, the sneakers that came out during the early 2000s. And the midsole and outsole technology is used from the 860 V2, so this part here and obviously the bottom part is from an 860 V2. So it's a mishmash of like the old and new, I guess, and the upper is brand new silhouette, but like I said, influenced from Y2K. So with the details, it comes in a New Spruce, Moonbeam and Driftwood colorway. So I presume the New Spruce is this teal color, and then Moonbeam is the slightly more blue color that you see on the front of the toe box area here. They're both sort of shiny materials and colors. And then also the Driftwood, I'm guessing, is this grey colour that you see on the heel cap and also on the outrigger. And these have what they call Acteva Lite midsole cushioning, so that's the part that's here. And it feels very, I suppose, neutral on foot and very quite sort of soft as well, in my opinion. And I think it's one of the better New Balance technologies out there. And it also has ABZORB midsole cushioning as well, so I think that's this part, the grey part here. And then you have the N-ergy cushioning as well, so this is, I presume, these gel-like pillars that you see here. So that's as far as I know, the N-ergy system. So it's very similar to, I suppose, what you'd get in an ASICS gel sneaker. And these also have stability web outsole technology, so you can see that here. It's basically their TPU plate, and that stops the trainer from twisting and bending. And it also has N-lock technology, so similar to, I suppose, those runners of that ilk. You can see lace loop here runs throughout the upper of the sneaker on the N logo. And the idea is the more you pull in, the more secure the fit becomes, so hence why the N-lock. And the upper is no premium materials on this, it's just made up of mesh and synthetic uppers from what I see, and nothing too special going on. And the price for these is £150. So with the comfort and sizing, I feel like with these New Balance sneakers, they're on the soft to medium side, and they also feel quite light on foot. So because it's got a variation of different sort of midsole technologies in there, that provides the overall comfort and the shock absorption factor. But I will say, out of all the sneakers that I've worn from other manufacturers, I think, my go-to would probably be the 1906R, 2002R, or the 860 VT, whichever sort of takes your fancy, as kind of the sneaker that can be worn pretty much all day. And then after that, I'd probably put the 990 V4 and maybe the Vomero from Nike. So those sneakers seem to be the ones that are, I suppose, very sort of comfortable and sort of neutral and easy to wear, and also lightweight. And you can wear them pretty much all day without having sort of fatigue. And in my opinion, I think these have really good heel support and arch support, because it's got this sort of cap on the back of here, it's very supportive. And also the arch support, I suppose it's mainly from the insole, but it is got a contour to your foot. And I suppose with the sizing, the New Balance sizings are a bit off. So I go, pretty much half size up from my tutor size in the UK. So I have a wide foot, and that's the reason why, really. It's not so much the space here, but having an extra bit of room around this area is always good for me, because it goes quite narrow at the end anyway. So I think in terms of sort of how they sort of translate to US sizes, this is effectively a US 8, whilst a Nike would be a US 8.5. So for me, I think for most people, you could probably go down half size and be okay with it, and that should be good to go. But obviously, if you've got like a one of those sort of more narrow feet, you could even go maybe a full size down, but I think half size down is probably your safest bet if you're in the US. And because of the mesh upper, really, there's no wear in time with this. It's pretty much good to go out of the box and feels very sort of comfortable and plush on foot. And I would also say the traction is very good, so you can sort of see that here. It's got quite a rugged sort of traction going on, and made up of this sort of diamond shaped pattern, and going across the sneaker, and I feel it effectively works really well. And because you sit quite sort of low down, it's very sort of stable on foot as well. So with the look and style, I mean, it's got like I suppose an overall neutral colorway, and then you've got the pops of the shiny material, as you can sort of see here. So that's quite nice, and it does sort of visualize that a bit more, and it becomes very sort of shiny and looks great. And it's part of the 4-pack that they released, and I'm a big fan of these particular 4-pack sneakers that New Balance released for this 1906R. So this includes this one, the licorice one, and then the moon rock one, and there's also a blue licorice one, which I think is called moon dust as well, I think. And it's a futuristic kind of look to it, so I like that. I like the angular lines, and maybe because I have a wide foot, I prefer it, having sort of angular lines versus sort of more curved lines. And I just think it looks really cool on foot. And for me, it's a good one to rock spring summertime mainly. Like I said, because of the mesh and its breathability, it's a perfect trainer for that, and also being lightweight. But also, I have worn these, sort of autumn winter time, and it's not raining, and it feels fine. Maybe it'll feel a bit colder than other forms of leather-based sneakers, but it's one of those ones where the outsole works really well, in my opinion, anyway. And I feel these are sort of more casual sneakers, especially this one because of the colorway being quite sort of bright and vibrant. So for that reason, I think this one is mainly casual wear, really streetwear type stuff. And with this one, I think there's quite a different combination of laces that you could probably go with. I mean, you can go yellow, you can go sail because the midsole's on here, and then also you got that new spruce teal colour, or more going along the lines of blue, and obviously grey would work as well. So a very kind of versatile in terms of the lace options that you have. So with the final thoughts, I do like the neutral colour and the shiny material on there. I think it's one of those ones, it makes the colours really pop more, rather than having a big solid, I suppose, a material on here with that certain colour. It just adds a bit more to it, and I just like that kind of shiny look to it. And also the variation in terms of the colours, they all kind of work together, because you've got this hit of yellow, and then the greys, and then the different shades of greys, and then obviously the pop of the new spruce. And like I said, it's got a 2K runner aesthetic, and I feel like, for me anyway, personally, this is the definitive 2K runner in my opinion. And they're very, very comfortable on foot. Like I said earlier, you can sort of pretty much wear them all day and not have any issues, and I love that about them. And it also has author-like insole, so it's one of those things where I think these work really well. It's quite sort of thick as well, this version. The only thing I would say, the material on this one is a bit on the sort of rough touch, but it works well, in my opinion, still. With the cons, I think the cost, that £155 is a bit high, in my opinion. I think these should be priced at £130. I know they've got quite a bit of tech in there, but at the same time, it's not like a special tech that you would have, say, in an Invincible Run, for example, or the latest Air Max. I think those have slightly more different types of technology, and probably more complicated, being like air units, for example. But this is like the gel-like substance that you see in a lot of the, I suppose, Asics type sneakers as well. So for me, I feel like the price should be a bit lower. So with the ratings, I give the look and style for this one a 4 out of 5. I think the best one so far has been the licorice colour that I've seen, and I'm slowly picking them up as I sort of go along, because I do like this sort of 4-pack that they released. And the comp, I'm going to give it a 5. Like I said, this is my go-to sneaker to wear pretty much all day, every day. So for me, I think they're awesome. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 4. Like I said, it's not like it's got amazing materials on there, and that's the reason for the 4. But overall, the build quality is pretty good on these. There's a few marks here and there, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain. And the pricing, like I said earlier, I think it's priced a bit too high, so that's the reason why I've given it a 4. And with this one as well, I think overall I'm going to give it a score of a 4 out of 5. But like I said, I do like these particular colour schemings for this particular 4-pack that, it's a GR colourways that they release, but I just think they work really, really well, and probably, in my opinion, one of the best colourways, and anyone that you choose within this 4-pack, I think you're onto a winner, and it's one that probably speaks to you the most, I guess.